Today in the Axe Effects, I'm going to show you 5 ways to make a big, wide stereo guitar rig. Let's go! Hey, hope you're doing well. So in a 3-piece band, sometimes it's nice to try to make your single guitar sound big and wide, and like you've got that second guy there or girl doing the thing and helping you out. So in my case, that's exactly what's going on. I have a 3-piece band, I have one guitar, but I want the guitar to sound big, and I also wanted to get away from the vocals. So vocals come down the middle, guitars can be out wide and filling up all the extra space. Plus, this is the only instrument that matters, so it needs to be big. First of all, this is the rig in mono. I'm using the USA 2C++. I've got a Marshall 4x12 with a 57 and a Recto 4x12 with a 57 blended in as well. And down the end here, I've got a little bit of the London plate just so things don't get too boring. This mixer block at the moment is not doing anything, but it'll come into play shortly. So first thing you can do to open things up so it's not so straight down the middle is pan your cabinets hard left and right. So in this scene here, you can see it's chained to channel B. Now the cabinets are panned hard left, hard right, and I've leveled them out so they're the same. You can see at the top here, cabinet 2 is to the right, cabinet 1 is to the left. It's the same amp sound, but essentially what's happening is that 1 amp is now going to 2 separate cabinets. So we're not really big and wide just yet, however, it has opened up that stereo field a little more. So to give you an A-B. Nice, right? Makes it sound a bit thicker and just that touch wider. Next one along, now this is exactly what I do. Sounds like this. Sounds mad. So what I've done here, I've kept those cabinets exactly the same. I haven't touched the amp, it's the same amp. It's going to be the same amp across all of the scenes. But what I've done here is the signal comes now down into this delay block. And I've got this one here, it's just a digital mono delay. The time is 9 milliseconds, so really, really short. The feedback is right down, and the level has been brought up just a smidge, 100% mixed as well. So you're not gonna get your dry guitar coming through, it's only the delayed signal being sent into this. Now I found I had to boost it just a little bit to level it out. Now then this goes into the mixer block, and you can see here, row 3, which is the one with the amp on it, has been panned to the left, and row 4, which is the one with the delay block, has been panned hard to the right. I found it sounds a little bit better going before the cabinet rather than after the cabinet. You could do either, but in my opinion, I think it's better to split the amp signal and send it to its own cabinet rather than having the amp go into both and then split the cabinets that little bit further. That's my opinion. Sounds amazing. So when I was deciding on which way I was going to go with my stereo rig, I was contemplating between doing it this way or by using the enhance block. So if we come across to the next scene, now this mixer again is just panned back to the middle, so everything is just coming straight through here. We've still got our stereo cabinets, and it hits this enhance block. I've got the classic mode, 100% width, panned left and right. Whilst it sounds pretty good, I watched a video with Cooper Carter, and now he knows what he's talking about, and he happened to say that whilst it sounds good in practice mode and in headphones, it doesn't quite translate to the stage and work as well in a live setting. Now he knows what he's talking about, like I said, and I'm a musician, I'm easily influenced, so I don't use that one for those reasons. It does sound very similar to the way I ended up using it, and again, A-B. They do sound pretty similar, but with the enhanced, I feel like it sounds like it's enhanced. It doesn't sound natural. There's just something added to it that isn't quite right. So I don't use that one. Next one along is Mr. Petrucci himself. Now, I stole this completely from this number 82 Petrucci rig. It's just in their stock standard, so I've copied it across and saved it in here, and I've called it Petrucci pitch thing. And you can see that it has been assigned to the LFOs, and it's doing this sort of thing. So the pitch on the left and right is always moving just that little bit, so it never sounds the same. The level even goes up and down, and it's panned hard left and right. Now I do think it sounds pretty good, but it doesn't get it as wide as I wanted it. It sounds more to me like a bit of a chorus effect. Nothing wrong with that. I think it sounds great and it works really quite well, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for, so I chose to go my other way. Now, like I said, that pitch block is 100% stock. Came in the Petrucci rig, which was number 82, so you can go in there and load that from there. And the last one I'm going to do is probably the most obvious when you have an Axe FX or the FM9. I think the FM9 does 2 amp blocks, and that's the answer. 2 amp blocks. Use 2 amps, guys. So what I've done here, I've got the cabs exactly the same as they were. This side, I've got the same USA 2C++, and I've now panned it hard to the left. And on this side, I've brought in the Marshall 800, and I've panned it hard to the right. Now, to me, that does sound amazing, but you could go one step further. So in that mixer block, I did pan both rows left and right, but I'll show you what it sounds like without the panning. It's much of a muchness there with or without the pan. Now personally, I would love to do that there with the 2 separate amps, one left, one right, both going to their own cabinet. However, then I've got 2 amps to play with and more tweaking to do. So I kept it at just the 1 amp and split things into the 2 separate cabinets, and it sounds mad. Hope you guys found that one useful and got some cool ideas. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and keep up to date with the videos. For now, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. See you next time.